Welcome to the SCP Foundation Classified Briefing. Today's subject, SCP-1000 Bigfoot. For continued access to vital Foundation intelligence, please remember to like and subscribe to this channel. SCP-1000, designated formally as Bigfoot, represents a highly intelligent, nocturnal, and predominantly subterranean subspecies of hominid. Initially classified as Euclid, its potential implications for global normalcy protocols elevate its threat profile, necessitating a rigorous containment regimen. Current intelligence indicates SCP-1000 populations reside primarily in vast, unexplored cave systems and deep wildernesses across multiple continents. Containment protocols mandate the absolute suppression of all public knowledge regarding its existence. Foundation personnel are to employ Class B amnestics for any civilian witnesses and propagate disinformation regarding any evidence. Direct physical interaction with SCP-1000 specimens is strictly forbidden without Level 4 authorization. Monitoring outposts utilize passive acoustic and thermal imaging. You are reminded that any breach of public knowledge or unauthorized contact poses a significant threat to consensus reality. Maintain absolute discretion and strict adherence to protocol at all times. SCP-1000's classification as a distinct hominid species, times Homo sylvestris, is crucial. Genetic analysis, though challenging due to its elusive nature and highly dispersed populations, confirms a divergence from the human lineage occurring approximately 10,000 to 15,000 years ago. Physiologically, it possesses enhanced musculature, denser bone structure, and superior low-light vision, adaptations for its predominantly nocturnal and subterranean existence. Its cognitive abilities are formidable. Observations suggest complex social hierarchies, rudimentary tool use, and sophisticated camouflage techniques, allowing it to evade detection with unsettling efficiency. Furthermore, SCP-1000 exhibits a remarkable capacity for silent movement through dense terrain, a trait that significantly complicates tracking and direct observation efforts. Its intelligence, combined with its profound understanding of natural environments, makes it a highly adaptable and challenging entity to monitor. Underestimating its capabilities, based on superficial comparisons to baseline human intelligence, would be a grave error. You must always assume SCP-1000 possesses an advanced environmental awareness and strategic cunning. This species is not merely an animal. It is a highly evolved, sentient, and potentially hostile entity. Archaeological expeditions, particularly within deep cave systems previously considered geologically inaccessible, have uncovered extensive subterranean complexes of non-human origin. Radiocarbon dating places these structures tens of thousands of years before recorded human civilization. Evidence suggests these are the remnants of sophisticated SCP-1000 settlements, exhibiting advanced engineering and urban planning far beyond contemporary human capabilities of the era. Pictographic records within these ruins depict a global dominion by SCP-1000, with early human populations serving as a subjugated or even prey species. This startling revelation contradicts baseline human history entirely. The implication is that humanity's rise to global dominance was not organic, but occurred only after a cataclysmic yet historically undocumented Great Suppression event, which drastically reduced SCP-1000's numbers and forced them into their current hidden existence. Understanding these historical truths is paramount, as it fundamentally redefines SCP-1000 not merely as a species to contain, but as a civilization with a potential historical grievance against humanity. You must internalize that SCP-1000 views us not as equals, but as former chattel, a dangerous perspective. The Great Suppression, now referred to as the Great Filter Event, was the cataclysmic collapse of SCP-1000's global civilization. Our intelligence suggests this event, approximately 10 millennia ago, was initiated by a highly virulent, species-specific anomalous pathogen, likely engineered by a precursor human faction. This biological weapon devastated SCP-1000 populations, leading to widespread infertility and societal breakdown, driving the remnants underground and into extreme isolation. This allowed humanity to rise from its subjugated state, The Foundation's ongoing containment protocols are, in essence, a continuation of this suppression. We actively monitor for any indication of SCP-1000 developing immunity or technology that could circumvent the effects of this historical event. Their long-term survival strategy appears centered on re-establishing genetic viability and regaining their pre-suppression numbers. A full resurgence of SCP-1000, especially with their advanced intellect and historical grievances, would represent an immediate, existential threat to baseline humanity. Remember, SCP-1000 harbors a deep-seated institutional memory of their past dominion and our role in its collapse. Project Nemesis was the clandestine initiative undertaken by desperate early human factions to develop the bioweapon responsible for the Great Filter event. Faced with total subjugation and extinction by SCP-1000, these ancestors engineered the species-specific anomalous pathogen that ravaged their oppressors. This wasn't merely a defense, it was a proactive, brutal decision to eradicate a dominant species and secure humanity's survival. Effectively a global, deliberate act of genocide. The remnants of these operations, buried deep within the archaeological sites previously discussed, reveal an astonishing level of scientific understanding for the era, suggesting access to anomalous knowledge or resources themselves. The very foundation of human civilization, as we know it, rests upon this dark secret. Should SCP-1000 ever fully comprehend the calculated nature of their near extinction, their existing animosity would escalate into an active, vengeful war for planetary dominance. Your understanding of this historical context is crucial to appreciating the true depth of the threat SCP-1000 represents. The specific anomalous pathogen, designated SCP-1000-F, was the cornerstone of Project Nemesis. It operated by inducing aggressive, irreversible infertility in SCP-1000 subjects, coupled with severe neurological degradation in a significant percentage of the exposed population. This dual effect prevented reproduction while simultaneously dismantling their complex social structures and technological capacity. The price of victory for humanity was the profound moral compromise of biological warfare, and the enduring threat of a species that remembers its near extinction. We currently maintain samples of SCP-1000-F under Omega-class biohazard protocols, not for deployment, but for research into its long-term effects and potential countermeasures, should SCP-1000 ever develop a natural immunity or a cure. Understanding the mechanics of SCP-1000-F is vital, as any evidence of its waning efficacy directly correlates with a surge in the threat level posed by SCP-1000 itself. Many observed biological resilience within SCP-1000 populations, no matter how minor, must be immediately reported and thoroughly investigated. Despite their diminished state, modern encounters with SCP-1000 are not to be underestimated. Field reports from operatives and debriefings of civilian survivors consistently describe encounters far beyond mere animalistic aggression. These incidents, often initially dismissed as folklore or misidentification, frequently involve sophisticated ambush tactics, advanced camouflage, and a disturbing capacity for coordinated action. Subjects targeted for abduction or observation exhibit precise, almost surgical methodologies. SCP-1000 often utilizes natural terrain and pre-planned routes for ingress and egress, indicating intelligence and deliberate planning. The Foundation has documented several instances where SCP-1000 subjects have systematically dismantled remote surveillance equipment, demonstrating an awareness of human technology and its limitations. These are not random territorial skirmishes. They are calculated probes or reprisals. You must understand that every reported Bigfoot sighting represents a potential intelligence-gathering operation by a highly intelligent, hostile species. Never approach any suspected SCP-1000 activity without immediate, armed backup and explicit command authorization. The psychological profile of SCP-1000 subjects presents a chilling dimension to their threat. These are not merely primitive territorial hominids. Their observed behaviors indicate profound, calculated patience and a strategic malice. Reports consistently detail prolonged surveillance of human settlements, transportation routes, and even specific individuals. This watching is not passive. It suggests intelligence gathering, an assessment of human capabilities and vulnerabilities. SCP-1000 appears to possess a collective memory of historical conflict, manifesting as a deep-seated, generational resentment. The silence they maintain, their deliberate elusiveness, and their capacity to observe unseen are all tactical, creating a pervasive sense of dread among those who become aware of their proximity. This psychological pressure is a weapon in itself, often leading to significant distress and paranoia in affected human populations. They are evaluating us, waiting for perceived weaknesses or opportunities. You must understand that every unconfirmed sighting or unexplained incident could be part of a larger, coordinated intelligence operation. Never dismiss anomalous observations in remote areas. They could be reconnaissance from an enemy that remembers our past actions. Current projections indicate a slow but measurable recovery in SCP-1000 population numbers across remote wilderness areas, particularly within regions where human encroachment is minimal or sporadic. This resurgence, while not yet at pre-containment levels, is a significant concern, suggesting adaptive breeding strategies and an uncanny ability to exploit ecological niches. Their intelligence allows them to avoid detection, making accurate population counts extremely challenging. The implications are profound. A growing SCP-1000 population signifies an increasing threat to the Veil and to human dominance. Each new individual represents another potential agent of their covert agenda. Another pair of eyes observing our world. Another memory added to their collective resentment. We cannot afford to be complacent, believing their numbers are permanently suppressed. This species is resilient, patient, and driven by a historical animosity that only grows with each generation. The long-term trajectory points towards a renewed, strategic challenge to human supremacy. You must understand that the threat is not static. It is an evolving, persistent danger that requires unwavering vigilance and proactive monitoring of all potential population centers. The threat posed by SCP-1000 remains one of silent, persistent subversion and potential resurgence. It is a highly intelligent, deeply patient species with a demonstrated capacity for long-term strategic planning and a profound, historical animosity towards humanity. Their methods revolve around covert observation, subtle infiltration, and the slow, deliberate recovery of their numbers, constantly assessing our vulnerabilities and patiently awaiting opportunity. The primary danger lies not in overt confrontation, but in their insidious erosion of the Veil and their potential to reclaim ecological dominance through coordinated, unseen action. Your ongoing duty is to uphold the containment protocols, meticulously monitor all remote anomalous activity, and prevent any breaches that could reveal their true nature to the public. You must maintain unwavering vigilance against their adaptive tactics, and understand that every unaddressed observation or overlooked detail contributes to their strategic advantage. Our success hinges on our collective commitment to maintaining the suppression protocols and recognizing the enduring, evolving threat this anomaly represents. Remember, their patience is infinite. This concludes your classified briefing on SCP-1000 Bigfoot. Stay vigilant, Foundation personnel. Dismissed.